Hi everybody and welcome once again to NJPW Extra. I'm Chris Charlton right here in the NJPW Event Center where we're ticking down and counting down the days till this weekend and G1 Climax 32 kicking off live English free on njpwworld.com. We've got all the details still to come and a fantastic free match this week. Eddie Kingston and Fred Rosser taking on Daniel Garcia and Fred Yehi. That's still to come, but first, let's look at what's been happening around the world in New Japan Pro Wrestling this week. In Japan this week, all eyes were on the return of Kushida in a trio of New Japan Road events in Korakuen Hall. Wrestling in the New Japan ring for the first time in over 3 years, Kushida was successful over Gedo in his return match and promised to make a new wave of dreams come true in his second stint in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But after Taiji Ishimori said that he would put the time splitter to the test during these Korakuen Hall events, Kushida found himself coming up short in a tag team main event the very next night. Bone Lock submitting the former 6-time champion and making a shot at a 7th IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship seemed somewhat far away. But if it was a mixed bag of results for Kushida, it was all positive for Chaos coming out of the New Japan Road. We have new Never 6-man tag team champions in the form of Yo, Yoshihashi, and Hiroki Goto, all thanks to Toru Yano. Yano was able to lock Dick Togo in a dog cage before our main event on July the 5th, and though House of Torture were able to turn the tables and created a near 4-on-1 handicap situation, the Chaos side wouldn't give up. And thanks to Yano's ingenious procurement of some spare keys, House of Torture was sealed away in the cage and Chaos became the new Never champions. In the US, NJPW Strong this week saw the start of a tournament to crown the first ever Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. The Factory, the first team to take part as they took on Christopher Daniels and his replacement partner, Yuya Uemura. It was a team that might have come together in the last moments before ignition, but Daniels and Uemura worked together perfectly. Both Solo and Komoroto were an effective combination. Komoroto sending a message to his Forbidden Door opponent, Hiroki Goto, by delivering an Ushigoroshi. Uemura would still kick out, and as the match broke down, the big Komoroto was low-bridged and then popped with an Uemura plancha, allowing Daniels to get the best moonsault ever on Solo to advance them to the semi-finals. In singles action, Jonah took on Taylor Rust, the top dog expecting a tune-up match before G1 Climax 32. But Rust tried to make the most of this opportunity, cutting down the base of the massive Jonah and impressively negotiating the Gaia lock on the big man. But in the end, it was a massive lariat that rocked Rust and then a senton, a spear, and the torpedo splash, giving Jonah victory. In the main event, it was Jonah's TMDK teammates in Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols that took on West Coast Wrecking Crew in a hotly anticipated main event between two tournament favorites. Fans saw just how good both teams are in a double team situation, and Haste experienced just how strong Royce Isaacs is with a long delayed suplex being delivered. Shane Haste was able to finally nip up to the top rope in order to suplex Jarrell Nelson and bring in Nichols, but he would be speared and powerbombed for a near fall, and West Coast Wrecking Crew nearly got the 3 on Shane Haste, but after the Tank Buster almost got the deal done for TMDK, it was the Elevator that connected on Royce Isaacs and saw TMDK through to the second round. What a week it has been, and what a 5 weeks it's gonna be, because the Tournament of Tournaments is about to start. G1 Climax 32 starts coming up this weekend on njpwworld.com, and in fact, opening weekend is FREE free, no sign up needed. Get a taste of what's going to be a wild ride, and we're going to be with you every step of the way with live ringside English commentary. We hope you'll join us, and we hope you join us for great live events in the US in July as well. July the 30th, Music City Mayhem is in Nashville, Tennessee as part of StarCast Weekend with a fantastic match announced for the first time ever. El Desperado, continuing the connections between Suzuki Gun and the Jericho Appreciation Society, will face Jon Moxley, one-on-one, a first-time ever unpredictable no-holds-barred affair. Make sure you're live for that. Tickets, njpw1972.com. And before that, High Alert comes to Charlotte, North Carolina and the Grady Cole Center. Speaking of El Desperado, after Clark Connors picked a fight with the Masked Man in Corcoran Hall over the past week, it's going to be a three-way match between Clark Connors, El Desperado, and Hiromu Takahashi. You definitely don't want to miss that, as well as KUSHIDA making his NJPW Strong debut, and a fantastic first-time ever singles matchup as Eddie Kingston faces Jake Something. Talking of Eddie Kingston, that brings us to our free match this week. It's from Florida a few months ago, and Eddie Kingston teaming with Fred Rosser for the first time as they faced Fred Yehi and Kingston's enemy in Daniel Garcia. Matt Raybolt and Ian Riccoboni are on the call. Let's head to ringside.
And every bit of that Yonkers blood is boiling right now.
And you saw him going right for Daniel Garcia. Obviously, Eddie Kingston has been tying up with Chris Jericho as of late, who has now teamed himself up with the likes of Daniel Garcia on AEW television. And Kingston is having none of it.
There's a couple of guys in pro wrestling that I wouldn't say a coarse word about. Eddie Kingston, mostly I would do it out of respect. Eddie Kingston is one that I'd have fear. I mean, this is just an unpredictable individual.
Oh yeah, look at him. He's incensed already.
And this is, I mean, we've had grudge matches where there have been pretty intense conflicts. I'm talking about Dorada and TJP. I'm talking about Rocky Romero and Black Tiger. I mean, I would not put the beef in that category, but he's out here with the Tupac shirt acting like Daniel Garcia's Biggie.
Oh, that's right.
As we start out with Fred Rosser and Fred Yehi. Big chop there, open hands. And Yehi, the savage weight from the great state of Iowa.
Oh, God.
Great amateur wrestler.
But right out of the gate, just raining down stomps and strikes on Mr. No Days Off. Yehi has this incredible intensity, this incredible striking ability too. Not to mention strength. But if there's anyone who's going to match that, it's Fred Rosser.
Rosser built like a real-life action figure, you know. And that's amazing to say because Fred Yehi has an incredible shape. If you saw Fred Yehi walking down the street, you would think, man, that guy's a pro athlete. But Rosser just takes the conditioning to another level. And this is a man who takes fighting to another level in Eddie Kingston.
Mad King. Showing just how mad he can get. Going right bad for Daniel Garcia.
Staying on top of him. Sending him into the barricade on the outside. We're gonna need officials on the outside here.
This is supposed to be a tag team competition.
With due respect to Stephon Smith, we're gonna need every official we got, I think, here.
To maintain some semblance of order.
And now Kingston, that gives Yehi an opportunity. And Kingston can, wow, nice STO there. You know, you mentioned some of the names he's been in the ring with. I think back to Jon Moxley on AEW, the great battles there, tag in, back to Rosser. And
Kingston, even here in New Japan Pro Wrestling, teaming with Jon Moxley to take on the likes of Archer, Suzuki. I watched those four have a street fight in Philadelphia that literally almost tore the house down. That's the type of environment that Eddie Kingston thrives in.
Bringing back his feet to inflict more damage, that big body slam. Oh! Signature split there.
Dropping that tailbone across the chest of the Savage weight.
Hooks the leg. One count there.
You see in the back of your screen, Daniel Garcia talking smack to the king of talking smack. No. My God!
Right in front of us! Right in front of us! And it's Garcia and Kingston right in front of us here! It's a never-ending
battle between these two. Kingston's fighting him!
He's fighting him! And referee Stephon Smith, credit to him, he is trying to keep this under control.
It is no easy task.
He is doing his absolute best.
Even Rosser in the ring just trying to, Eddie, come on, let's win this in the ring. Get to the corner, we can do this right.
But how smart of it was Daniel Garcia to have that happen? Because look how quickly the momentum in the tide turned. Yehi able to get the advantage.
You're right. One might call it silly to goat Eddie Kingston into fighting you, but it caused the distraction. It caused him to get the advantage here. And then, yeah, when I first saw Daniel Garcia come onto the scene, I saw what an incredible grappler. A lot of respect for the bit, and he has completely turned a different corner the last several months.
Different attitude from Garcia.
But you know what? And people might chastise that, and I get it. It's not the same kind of respectful young man you saw break into this business with all his technical prowess.
Kingston, look at that.
But sometimes you got to get ahead. Sometimes the same thing over and over doesn't get you where you need to be. Garcia's trying something. He's becoming a new person.
And he's standing out from the pack.
Even though that might tick some people off.
Been proving successful in AEW, proving successful here as Yehi delivers there.
Just that snap, that intensity of Yehi. Add that with all the strength behind each blow. And it's a bad place for Fred Rosser.
Tag made, Daniel Garcia back in. Everything done with purpose with both Yehi and Garcia. Everything has its place and is placed with precision.
See, and this strategy has worked so far for Yehi and Garcia. Even the trash talking to Kingston, but the one thing they have to make sure now is that Rosser does not get that tag to Eddie Kingston. Because if Eddie Kingston gets to be the legal man in this matchup, oh hell, all of it's gonna break loose.
Ooh, double clothesline. Sends Garcia and Yehi.
And speak of the Mad King himself, speak of the human devil, Eddie Kingston, he is in here.
Oh, kicks to the midsection. And look at this.
Quickly, the numbers game has caught up.
Do not envy the official here tonight. Stomping on the fingers.
Credit to Yehi and Garcia, they turned that around immediately. I thought once Kingston got in, this would turn into a fireball. But they have sussed that out. They have snuffed out Eddie Kingston for the moment.
That quick double team absolutely prevented any momentum he would have had coming in. Garcia unloading on Kingston here. Oh, going to the head.
Paying him back for what Kingston did on the outside in front of our table here.
I can't complain just because I like one guy less. Turnabout's fair play.
Oh!
Fired away with the chops.
Very familiar sight in the New Japan Pro Wrestling ring. Those Kobashi-like chops.
Kick to the midsection, Yehi. Making the most out of that 5 seconds that he has to get in and out. And now lateral press, can't get it done. Cover again, pushing off, driving that forearm across the jaw. At least he's getting his money's worth on those covers.
And just unloading back in the neck at Kingston here. Garcia, to his credit, in firm control.
And hangs on to that wrist, makes the tag, keeps him in the blue corner here. Shot to the obliques and the shoulder. Front face lock here. Bringing Kingston back into the corner. Great control of the ring here. Something you know very well, Matt. Very accomplished tag wrestler in your own right.
I mean, this is one-on-one right here. From Yehi and Garcia, who don't have a ton of experience teaming together on their own. But they are making a great force right now. They're cutting the ring off. They've done it both with Rosser and now with Kingston.
Kingston follows in with a big knee to the midsection. Butterfly suplex. Look at Garcia. Does he know where he's at right now, Matt?
Beautiful release butterfly. Kingston looking around him, trying to get his whereabouts, trying to get his bearings about him, looking for Rosser.
And you hear Rosser. He was making noise. There he is, tag made.
Found the partner, Mr. No Days Off in with Yehi.
Sends Garcia down. Stuffs the right from Yehi. Snap power slam.
When Rosser gets going, that's a train that's hard to stop.
Great combination here. The open hands, the clotheslines, and Yehi trying to break it up. Scoop, running power slam. Cover 1, 2. And I will give Garcia and Yehi this. They have known where each other have been the entire match.
Got to have eyes sometimes in the back of your head when all the ins and outs of these tag team matches, saving your opponent, saving your partner rather from your opponent. As Kingston dropping Garcia high on the back of the neck.
And Yehi, the legal man, Kingston in trouble.
Ooh.
Belly to back suplex there.
Savage weight snapping down Kingston. And look at the face. Look at the eye. Look in the eyes of Fred Yehi. Lighten up Rosser.
We're going for a sleeper here. Hand to bicep grip. Almost nowhere to go for Rosser. He's fighting and clawing.
He's not going to stop moving. He can try to get out of there as Yehi. Ooh.
Wow. Follows through. It's a cradle.
Whoa.
Rosser. 2. Oh, just
so
2.
Close.
Oh, blocks the clothesline with one of his own, does Garcia.
Right to that taped up shoulder and arm that you see.
Back fist connects.
Oh.
And one for Yehi. And Rosser.
Look him up.
Plants him down. Hooks the leg. 2. Got him.
What a great way to end up NJPW Extra this week. We'll see you in Hokkaido for the start of G1 Climax 32 and right back here on Extra next week. Until then, ごきげんよう。さよなら。